What's up, Algebra 2A? Here we are with Chapter 5, Section 3. It's just an intro to some skills we need for Chapter 6. Okay? So we're starting with function notation. Emphasis on the fun. Function notation. Okay? It's just going to start with f parentheses x, and then it's going to give you the equation. All right, and this is basically like y equals this equation. It's just useful sometimes if you're going to have like 3 or 4 equations up here that you could possibly using all at the same time. And instead of having them all be y's, or like y1, y2, y3 is even kind of confusing. Your eyes might make a silly mistake there and just skip from y1 to y2 or something like that. So they label them with letters. And it's usually f if there's just going to be like 1. It's f of x, a function f based on the letter x. Okay? If there's going to be more than 1, then it's nice because then it's distinct different letters like F, G, H. It's really tough to make a mistake of like, oops, I accidentally looked at y1 when I wanted to look at y2 instead. Okay, so it's basically a y equals. All right, you read it as f of x. F of x, function based on x or a function of x equals blah, 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 blah. Okay? So here we are. F of x equals x squared minus 3x plus 1. So this is our f equation, our f function. F of x equals x squared minus 3x plus 1. And then it will say f of 3. Okay? It wants you to find what the function value is at 3. So all you're going to do is put 3 in for the x's over here. Whatever's in the parentheses is what you put in place of all the x's in the equation. Okay? And if it helps you to kind of like keep things straight to use parentheses just like that, you can do that. I don't always do it. I probably should do it more than what I do. So then it's pretty clear that I'm taking that 3 and I'm dropping it in where the x's were. Okay, so 3 squared I know is 9. Minus 3 times 3 is 9 plus 1. So 9 minus 9 is 0, plus 1 is 1. Okay, so f of 3 equals 1. The end. All right? Common mistake kids make is they think they have to divide this, that you're solving for f. You're not solving for f. This f of 3 just says use the f equation, put 3 in for x. Okay? Kids they do all the right work and they get down to here and then they divide by 3 like they're solving for f. All right, you're not solving for f. F is just the name of the equation. Okay, so on the video here, let's go ahead and push pause while you try f of negative 5. Be careful with that squared one. You know what negative 5 squared is. All right, go ahead and push pause and give that a shot. Okay, let's see how you did. Negative 5 parentheses squared. This is where it really helps to put the parentheses around it. Minus 3 times negative 5 plus 1. Okay, you know what negative 5 times negative 5 is. It's a positive 25. But if you're not putting parentheses around it in your calculator, it's going to come out as negative 25. Okay, negative 3 times negative 5 is a positive 15 and a plus 1. So 25 and 15 is 40, plus 1 more makes 41. 41. Okay, we can get even trickier yet. We'll try to leave this down here. I guess I still need to see what the equation is. F of 2x. So whatever's inside these parentheses is what I'm going to take that whole thing, and that's what I'm putting in for the x spots in the equation. So this is 2x parentheses squared minus 3 times 2x plus 1. So when you got a parentheses like this, and this is all multiplication, so I can do this. Just square the 2, square the x. If this was 2 plus x squared, then we'd have some more work to do. You'd have to FOIL, but it's just 2 times x squared, so I can square the 2, square the x. This is 4x squared minus 6x plus 1. And that's all you can do. That's all I can do there. Okay. Excuse me. So I said there's going to be some times when you got multiple equations going on. F of x equals 2x squared minus 1. G of x, the G equation, is 3x plus 7. So two different equations, so you got to pay attention. You could see where this would be a little more confusing if everything was y. y1 equals, y2 equals, y3 equals. It's really easy then to make a mistake there. That's why it's helpful to have these function notations with different letters. Okay, so f of 2, this is just like what we were doing. 2 goes in for the x. I have the big 2 out in front, parentheses 2 squared minus 1. 2 squared is 4. 2 times 4 minus 1, that's 8 minus 1, that's 7. Okay, how about g of 2? This g equation is pretty nice. 3x plus 7. 3 times 2 plus 7, that's 6 plus 7, that's lucky 13. Okay, now don't get messed up here because they're not directly under it. Okay, g of negative 3. So this is right under the f equation, but it's g, so I got to make sure I'm using the g equation. Okay, let's see if you can do these two on your own. Go ahead and push pause, and let's see if you can finish up those two on your own. Okay, let's see how we did. We got 3 times negative 3 plus 7. That's going to be negative 9 plus 7 is negative 2 for that spot. Okay, careful with the negative 5 squared again. 2 times negative 5 squared minus 1. Negative 5 squared is positive 25. 50 minus 1 is 49. All right, folks, here's your homework. We got page 326, very short problems, okay? Not going to take very long, very closely related to this, okay? You won't have to show a ton of work, but if you could show some, that'd be good. Good practice. Just don't type it straight into your calculator and write the answer down. We got page 326, 23 through 28, 43 through 46, okay? Answer key should be on the included here on the email that you're getting sent here. I guess if I decide to use this later on, huh? What if I use this in a different year? Here's the answer key if you're watching this in the future, not in February of 2021. Go ahead and push pause, and there's your answer key if you're watching this in the future. Boom. Have a good day, kids, and we'll see you in school.